Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jamin, and this right here is a space for us to talk about mental health, self-improvement, and navigating life as our full and authentic selves. Today, we're talking about something that hits home for a lot of us: anxiety and overthinking. If you've ever laid in bed replaying every conversation you've had that day, or thinking about future conversations, felt frozen by decisions because we're afraid that we might mess up, you're not alone. Let's break down what anxiety and overthinking really is, and more importantly, how to cope with anxiety. So without further ado, it's your boy, Jamin Speaks, the living legend, man. And I'm here for another great video. I'm excited to be here today, so let's get into it. Alright, y'all, I'm just trying to be myself, man. I'm just trying to get a little hype, be myself, man. You know what I'm saying? So, anxiety is that constant what if in your head. Worrying about the future, second guessing yourself, feeling physically restless, or just overwhelmed. Overthinking is its best friend. Replaying situations, imagining the worst case scenarios, trying to control things before they even happen. And while our brains think that they're protecting us, this cycle usually just drains us. Anxiety is also those racing thoughts, those thoughts in your mind that you just can't get to stop. That feeling that is not present, that is not in the present moment, focusing on what's going on, but you in your head having all these thoughts, right? Not just thinking about one thing, but all these racing thoughts. That can be anxiety. Just because you don't have all these symptoms of anxiety don't mean you don't have anxiety. Everybody's anxiety is a little different and it affects us a little differently. I'm also having that fast heart rate, always, kind of on the move, that tension, that restlessness. If you're shaking your leg, right, they used to call it that restless leg syndrome or whatever, but shaking your leg when you're doing those types of things, those spinning what if scenarios, constantly overthinking things, thinking about the worst. What if this happens? What if this happens? Oh, this is gonna, oh man, what? Just thinking, just automatically going to the worst in every situation, right? And then shutting down, avoiding tasks or other people. You're not broken. Your brain is just trying to protect you. We just need to find better ways to be able to regulate this anxiety, because anxiety is not a negative emotion. Anxiety has helped me in many situations. Anxiety has helped me prepare. Anxiety has helped me be alert. Anxiety has helped me have the adrenaline in those situations where I need it. But you have to learn to cope with your anxiety, right? Not letting your anxiety overtake you, not letting your anxiety control the moment, not letting your anxiety affect your ability to think clearly. Some common triggers for anxiety can be academic pressure. I think this is really where my anxiety started, kind of like just going to college, man. That academic pressure in college, man. You have anxiety, and it could be before. I just never really struggled in school before, but I definitely got some anxiety from school. So academic pressure, social media comparison definitely gives people anxiety, just because it distorts what you actually think reality is. When you're starting to see all these other people live these great lives, but you don't know that person has the same exact feelings that you feel. They not same exact, but that person feel the same way that you feel. That person got anxiety the same way you got anxiety. So it's just, we all deal with these things differently. Fear of failure or judgment. I have a huge fear of failure, a huge fear of not doing my best on certain things, and that's why I'm kind of like an overperformer. My anxiety has caused me to become an overperformer because I constantly overthink things, and then I figure out how I can do this, right? Now, I do spend a bunch of time overthinking that I have to work on, but I'm still able to get that task done and overperform, because at some point I am able to halt my anxiety. I do have these skills to be able to halt my anxiety. Also, overload schedule and a lack of boundaries. This is huge right here. This leads to burnout, anxiety, everything, right? When you just have a schedule that's just filled, right? You fill up your whole schedule, but how many times on that schedule are you meditating? How many times on that schedule are you going to the gym? How many times on that schedule did you put to process emotions? How many times, so we look at all these things that we have to do, but how much time are we spending on ourselves? How much time are we spending pouring back into our cups, right? A lack of boundaries, letting others, just saying yes to everything. You can't say yes to everything. You're gonna put yourself in a position to where you kind of stuck, because you got all these things you gotta do, man. You gotta say no. You gotta have some time to yourself. You gotta have a time every day, a time every week to just process things, sit to yourself, have that time alone. You have to. Also, negative self-talk can cause anxiety as well. I actually have a video on positive affirmations, so you all should check that out because that will definitely help with your anxiety as well. We actually talk about the ability to be able to vocally cast your anxiety away in that video, so you can get into that. Mindset shifts that made a difference. So when you're working on your anxiety, learning these skills, when you're working on managing your anxiety, one, we have coping skills. We have skills that we can utilize in the situation to be able to actually kind of calm us down or to take us out of that anxious state, right? But it really comes down to your mindset. Our mindset is what allows the anxiety to creep in when it doesn't serve us. You don't have to believe every thought. Not every thought that comes to your mind is yours. I heard that when I was a kid. I was like, what? What you mean not every thought that comes to my mind? That's in my mind. Not every thought that comes to your mind is yours. Those are not your thoughts. You have to learn to unidentify with some of these thoughts. And actually, The Power of Now is a great book for this. And it's actually a great book for anxiety too. But being able to detach yourself from your thoughts and being able to observe those thoughts. Those thoughts are not you, but you can observe them, right? And not every anxious thought is the truth. I didn't know that every thought that entered my mind wasn't the truth. I thought everything that entered my mind was my thoughts. These are mine. What my brain know, but they're not. And then you have to learn to unidentify from your thoughts, because you'll flood away if you start thinking every thought yours. Start responding to thoughts like, is this helpful or hurtful? Yes, being the observer to those thoughts, right? Is this thought serving me or is it negative, right? Like how is this thought affecting me, and being able to do that, right? So, and then also replacing what if this goes wrong to what if this goes right. Just that little shift in that mindset, just that little shift in the perspective and how you perceive this situation, because now you're thinking about, oh, what if it goes wrong, but what if it goes right? What if all this pays off? What if this opens up many doors for other opportunities, right? Then you're able to look at the situation in a whole other light. Instead of being anxious, you're joyous. You need a wind down routine at night, because if you're going to sleep straight off the video game TV, of course you're gonna wake up anxious. You're not giving your mind ever time to just calm down, rest, shut down, relax, right? You have to give your mind that time. It comes from a wind down, and then also you need a morning routine. Your morning routine should not be 2 hours long. A morning routine could be 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. It's just a ritual of things that you do to get your mind right. Whether that's taking deep breaths, saying 3 things that you're grateful for, journaling for 5 to 10 minutes a day. Journal, you write down your thoughts, you write down your feelings, you write down your experiences. You're able to kind of get those things out. They're not just sitting inside, those that hurt, just sitting inside. We're able to kind of just get it out on a piece of paper, vent, right? Journaling is a form of therapy. Movement, going outside and just enjoying the nature. Going to the gym, right? All these things reduce anxiety. But let me tell you, all these things need to be done daily. If you really want to work on your anxiety, you need a list of 5 things that you do daily to work on your anxiety, and things that you stay consistent to. Morning light and water is very, 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 very important. To just jump up straight out of bed and go outside. Go look at the window. Go drink some water. You need that in the morning, man. Sunlight, water, and peace. Do not be on your phone, because let me tell you something. You wake up on your phone, that is triggering anxiety. The algorithm, social media, it triggers anxiety. It's training your mind. Not only that, but many other negative side effects like ADHD. I think ADHD comes from social media and video games for the most part. Like, ain't no way you're going to tell me barely anybody was ADHD 100 years ago and now everybody's ADHD. There's no way you can tell me that. There's no way you can tell me I'm ADHD. I'm not. I just spend too much time on my phone sometimes, and it causes me to have a lower attention span, which causes me to become more restless sometimes. But there's things that we can do to mitigate these things that they say we may have. Phone free time, yeah, man. Get off that phone. Think about it, how much time we spend on technology. If you go to school, you spend all day on technology. If you go to work, your work might be on technology. I'm in front of technology right now, right? Even though I'm doing my thing, I'm having fun. I'm making videos and stuff. Like, I'm still in front of technology. I still have to go relax and get away from this. I can't just play video games or watch movies every time I want to chill. Sometimes I gotta put the screens up, because you got to. Otherwise, your mind is going to be programmed by this phone, and that's why we're so anxious, is because our minds are becoming programmed by the phone. You think about it. We go to school for 8 hours a day for 13 years to become programmed, so that we know how to live in this society. We know how to act in this society. We know how to become workers, right? How much time are we spending on a phone? It's still 8 hours a day. So we are allowing the phones to program us. Spend less time on it or control what you're doing on your phone instead of consuming so much content. And then next, we also have 1 to 3 affirmations, positive affirmations that you want to use. Check out positive affirmations video. It is released. It's a gem. I got some great affirmations that you can start using from that. Using those positive affirmations, because you can cast your anxiety away verbally, which I'll save all those gems for that video, so y'all go check that out. How to break the overthinking cycle. Notice, name, shift. Being able to first notice your anxiety. That's the biggest step initially, is just being able to realize, be cognizant that you have anxiety. You struggle from these symptoms. Not you have generalized anxiety disorder, you have to go get prescribed medication, but saying that you have some symptoms of anxiety. You face anxiety sometimes, right? And just being able to notice that, right? And then name it. Like, what is it that I'm anxious about? Like, what is it? Because if we don't know what we're anxious about, if we don't dig deep to it, how are we going to solve it? And then being able to have that shift. So being able to do that thought replacement. Boom. Like, let me do one small thing I can't control, instead of just spiraling and focusing on everything right? And this is very important for me, because sometimes I'm going through all my big to-do lists. I'm like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? But I just had to pick one and go with it. Today, I have many mental health videos, many personal improvement videos that I want to release to you guys. I have a list of about 10. I actually have all these videos. I have all the sheets already. I have all the slideshows already made. Like, I'm ready to present these to you all. And it's a lot, because it's like every video takes at least 2 to 3 hours, like just with the editing process, recording and everything like that. So it's a lot of work. So it's like, today I'm like, which video am I going to do? Which video am I going to do? And I'm like, while I'm overthinking and anxious, I'm going to utilize one of these coping skills and just go ahead and just pick one. And I picked this one. I went with this one today. So I'm glad. So I hope you guys are glad with that decision. So I want you guys to know that you're not alone with your anxiety. We're not alone. Many individuals have some of the same feelings, some of the same experiences that we have. So I do encourage you to be able to just reach out and kind of talk to somebody about these types of things, whether it be friends, family, or even a therapist, right? Because sometimes a lot of your friends will go through these same exact things that you go through, have these same exact worries, and sometimes you just need to talk to them about it, right? And even if it's not the same exact, they'll still be able to understand, because everybody has faced some form of anxiety before. 1 in 3 adults struggle with anxiety, so it's very common, and it really just comes from the lifestyles that we live, being on our phones, constantly on the move, so much to do, so many tasks, so many priorities. We can't get up and live anymore. The objective is not to get up and hunt for our food and get our water. The objective is we have to file taxes, we have to get driver's license, we have to get this, we have so many documents. There's so much things that we have to do nowadays, and it makes life a whole lot complicated. We are human, right? At the end of the day, we evolve, and we learn how to evolve with our circumstances. We learn how to evolve with the world as it evolves. So we have to evolve with these things that are happening, and more and more individuals feeling those things more and more individuals feeling anxiety. So we just have to be there for them, and be there for ourselves as well. You're not weak for feeling anxiety. You're strong for facing it. You win every single day. You win. I don't care how you look at it. Every single day you've won, and I just want you to keep on going out there every single day and keep working hard, right? And keep trying to work on yourself. Keep searching for knowledge. Have that discipline to actually utilize these skills at home, because if you learn it, you watch this video, that's cool, but if you don't write these things down and figure out what exactly you're going to do today on a day-by-day basis to be able to mitigate your anxiety, to be able to work with it, then this video is no help for you. So I appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. I know I've been yapping, but this is what I love to do. You know what I'm saying? So drop a like down below, comment what y'all want to see next, and make sure you subscribe to your boy if you ain't already. And with that being said, Mama said we out.